Hello there everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Soulver Weekly Forecast. I'm Courtney Kassman.
And I'm Alison, Maiden.
And there has just been so much big news and it's only been a few months already, not barely that. And you've been reading a lot of articles of things that have been happening in the US politics and some more natural disasters and icebergs heading to England and oh my gosh, so much stuff.
You don't have to go out to get the iceberg anymore. The iceberg
it'll come to you.
Yeah. Look, this is always going to be a big year. We knew that. It was a year of action. There's change everywhere. And certainly since Trump was inaugurated on the 20th of January and started to sign off all of these executive orders, which a lot of people are actually saying that it's more of a dictatorship now than it ever has been before. I'm not so sure about that personally, but I do believe that, lots of change needed to happen and things needed to be put in place. But what is really surging forward is this amazing surge of absolute change, and people are just accepting the change. And the part of the executive orders were that he was shipping out all the illegal immigrants. They're on buses and heading off back to where they came from. There's been so much going on in America that the ripple of energy has gone worldwide with change. And a lot of the political leaders are getting very antsy about what's going on in their own countries. They're really looking at it. Now, on that global scale, we also have the incredible alignment of planets that happened back in January that has just ripped through the planet, and all these changes are incredible with icebergs floating towards some little colony of penguins near Scotland, and apparently is going to wipe it out. Terrible. However, this is the sort of stuff that when we're starting to see it, we go, wow, this is really the year of action. Things are going to change very quickly. And, we should at this point in time, I think, mention that there's going to be a lot of information and misinformation at the same time, both coming out about science-driven projects.
Wow.
So, people are talking a lot about the climate change stuff. Of course, going back to America, they pulled out of the Paris Agreement, which is all about the climate change. This sort of thing is really setting people at absolute odds. Everyone has a different opinion about it. And so it's kind of rippling through. So I want to see today, what energy has all of these things set in motion, and how are we going to be able to navigate this as people on the planet? And our own belief systems are very important in all of this, but we need to keep an open mind as well, guys,
Absolutely.
Because I feel personally that we have been lied to about a lot of things, and that, things have been covered up for too long. And one thing I'll give Trump is that he's uncovering a lot of stuff. And so far, the truth has been really set out. I mean, look at the assassination tapes, etc.
It's all on social media. It's like it's not hidden anymore. It's just all this is what we're doing.
And he's cleaning
full
up,
transparency.
all the three-letter agencies. He's cleaning all of those people up. So let's have a look and see what is going on and how are the general populace coping with all this truth as it's coming out. So, gosh, I think a lot of people aren't coping.
No,
there's a few having meltdowns. All right. Oh, sudden and unexpected change is on the bottom here with the Ace of Swords. A lot of our readings this year had lots of aces in them.
They have.
And so the aces are all about change and new beginnings and very swift and quick things happening. So it's all about that change, and don't get stuck in the past. We are moving through into the golden age. This is something, we've moved into the age of Aquarius as well. So this has all been prophesized for thousands of years, that it's really going to be an immense change on our planet. You don't want to get left behind. So when I say that, you've got to really look at things in a more open and logical way, but also follow that intuition in your heart at the same time. If it resonates, go with it. If it doesn't, you're probably not ready for the information, or the information isn't right. And so we're still having a lot of misinformation that is being let out there because, the powers that be, there's always going to be that darker side of things. But we've also got a lot of good, truthful information being released now. So you've got to go with your gut on that, guys. Look at this, the Hierophant.
Wow.
Under the spotlight will come the major religious groups. Now, the spotlight will be on places like the Catholic Church.
Yep.
They may also be on other religions like the Muslim religion, on the differences between Christians and, you know, there's a lot of that stuff. And if you look over history, you will see that a lot of the wars were fought over all this sort of thing too.
Yes.
So it's really coming to a point and a head where everyone's going to need to talk and get together and make agreements and stop all this nonsense, okay? We should coexist no matter what we believe in. All right. And exactly that.
More aces.
The card, the card that crosses it is the Ace of Wands. And so here we're looking at new talks, new beginnings. And this is what I've always said about Trump when he comes into power.
Yep.
This is his strength. He can negotiate, that
Absolutely.
man.
Yep.
Love him or hate him, he is a good businessman, and he can get those deals happening on all levels. And so I actually think that he and his team, not just him alone.
That's it. He has a good support.
But as his team is coming in here and helping with worldwide politics, we're going to see a lot of things settled. Now, I believe that all of the wars, etc., that have been going on for a while, I think they're going to be settled.
Yep.
I actually feel like in the next 5 months, we are looking at some major change here. Peace returning. And Courtney, I don't know if you heard recently or a little while back that New York had a record 5 days without a shooting.
I did hear about that. That was insane.
Oh, goosebumps.
Like,
first
awesome,
time in so long.
Yeah.
And that is showing how we are gradually moving into the golden age here where things are starting to change for the better.
Yay.
Okay, peace will come to our planet at some point. Now, not without giving, and unfortunately, sometimes, you know, in order to receive, we need to give.
Yes.
And so when it comes to this, it's not just about money. This is about giving of ourselves. It's like maybe taking down those very staunch walls that we have believed in for so long and really looking at things in a more open way. And it's now coming, the Six of Pentacles for me is like being generous. Being generous with your time, your energy, your thoughts, your money if necessary.
Yep.
But just being generous in general is going to definitely help with the flow in your life.
Love that.
And also in the lives of others and, of course, the planet.
Yes.
The change has already happened. It's already underway. And there's nothing that we can do to stop that right now. So if you're really fighting against everything that's happened, you're kind of really just hurting yourselves, I think.
Absolutely, yeah, I agree.
You know?
Yeah.
It's okay to feel angry about things. It's okay to sort of vent and get those emotions out for sure. But if we stay in that, it's just actually defeating our own purposes, you know. So we need to find a way through this, a way to navigate this so that we can actually live in a more happy and harmonious way.
Yes.
And I think the change card here, the Wheel of Fortune, it had to happen, guys. It had to happen. Oh, look, there he is. The King of Swords. The King of the Sharp Tongue. So we're going to hear a lot more from him, obviously. I think that also I get very strongly from this card, I'm getting Vance, his offsider.
Okay.
I think that he's really going to come to the forefront more. And as time goes on, you'll probably see him more and more feature as I feel Trump will actually step back a little more after the major job has been done. Don't forget, he's in his 70s. And, you know, as tireless as he seems to be, I'm sure that he feels the pressure. But you'll see this person sort of stepping forward more and more. And I also feel that from a lot of the other truths that seem to be coming out here, we're going to be seeing some real heroes to come to the surface, just everyday heroes, just people who are definitely doing the right thing by others and living their life in a truth and honest way. And this is actually going to be very featured. Instead of keeping the negative, horrible stuff on the news and on your socials, you're going to start seeing some really beautiful stories about people helping others. And I think that's really important as we shift into this golden age. We need more happiness.
Absolutely. And hopefully to inspire people to act in the positive way.
And I mean, it's a matter of choice, isn't it, guys? It's a matter of choice always. The Seven of Swords, cutting the ties from the past. This is so interesting. And I'm going to bring this more into a spiritual way at this moment in time, because I just want to talk about how as we're cutting away the past and we're moving more into a different way of thinking, indeed a more different energy altogether actually on our planet, you're going to start forgetting things from your past.
Okay.
And you'll think, oh, I'm sure I knew that.
Yeah.
I know that word's in there somewhere, you know, and you think you're going mad or that, you know, you've got something going on with your brain. But a lot of this is like moving timelines, shifting away from old and coming into new, and feeling better about things in general in your own life because you've accepted things and things are moving forward. So acceptance is the key for happiness on all levels. And what we're talking about here is accepting the things in your life that you can't change yet.
Yeah.
Because the Hangman here shows that there may be things held up, and those things that are held up are just like waiting for that next step that the universe is going to take. So if it's not happening straight away, the timing is perfect. Just remember that. If it's not happening straight away for you, it's just that if you go now, you may not be safe. If you go now, things may not flow the way that they should. So wait for the flow. That's a really good way to look at it. Wait for things to just open up and doors opening and happening for you. And then once that happens, everything will fall into place. So just saying here that the Hangman also means sacrifice. Now we're talking up here about being more open and more generous with your thoughts, etc. Well, maybe you do have to make a few sacrifices. The old ways have to kind of go in the bin, chuck them in the bin.
Yep.
All right. Look, wonderful. We've got a golden offer coming through here. So something wonderful is really coming out of all of this. I believe this will be a worldwide phenomenon. This could be where we would be either introduced to maybe some off-worlders that are going to be very helpful to our technologies, our health, our well-being, but also the monetary system on the planet, I think, is going to change. And I've said this for a while.
Yes.
I think we're coming closer and closer to it this year. I think it's going to be a very powerful year. Look at this. So the burdens that have been upon us, there's the victory card over the top. A lot of people are going to find money a lot easier. I think the taxes are going to change.
Yep.
I think that all of the, let's just say the rip-offs.
Yeah. Yep, that's one way.
that have happened in the past.
Yep.
I'm just being honest. I think this is all going to change, and you're going to find a much happier future, not just in the US, but it's going to trickle through everywhere else. I'm feeling good about this. Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Alison. What a freaking fabulous reading. So much to come out there. Massive. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us this week. Be sure to give us a thumbs up. Let us know you guys love the videos. Comment down below any thoughts, any questions. We love reading them. And share and subscribe. We'll see you next week.